Hi and welcome to my channel. So a few days ago, I got an email from a lady in Lithuania saying, Melvis, I have watched so many of your videos about NHS jobs. Can you support me to get a job as a cleaner working in the UK? I was like, absolutely yes. And literally, this is the motivation for me recording this video today. So if you're new to my channel, you're welcome, because I know that there's going to be other people also that are interested in this opportunity. So I'm sharing this so that if you're keen, then you know how to apply, what is needed, and all of that. So whether you're in the UK or you're out of this amazing country, this is going to be a perfect opportunity that is worth pursuing. So if you haven't joined this family, take this opportunity to hit the subscribe button below, because you want to be the first person that is notified every single day when I drop a new video on here at 10 a.m. prompt UK time. Yes, I'm on a mission to make sure that I'm informing you every single day about the best opportunities that the UK has to offer, answering those questions that you have about jobs in the UK, visa sponsorship, career progression, because that's what I'm really passionate about. Because as somebody who started as a carer in the UK to progressing now to the most senior clinical nursing job in the profession, it's something that I'm very, very, very keen on. So again, that's what I am all about. So the UK, obviously, they do recruit cleaners. I know that many people are not aware of this, but yes, you can get a job as a cleaner. In fact, I have my uncle and auntie. I call them uncle and auntie from Ghana. These gentlemen, they are both in their late 50s. I've spoken about this before, and they are both retired, obviously, back home in Ghana. They moved to the UK. He moved to the UK as a security person for the NHS. He had visa sponsorship, and then obviously he brought his wife as a dependent. She works as a cleaner for the NHS. And so, that's how I got to know this beautiful, amazing couple. Their kids are all grown and they're living an amazing life. So if you're watching this, by the way, there is no age restriction. And one advantage also, if you're an older person, or let me say a mature person already, then opportunities like this are really worth it, because when you're working as a cleaner, you kind of work at your own pace, which is something that is absolutely amazing. So yes, we'll talk about how to apply the requirements and all of that. Also, if you're not aware, I do have a free newsletter. I've dropped the link in the comment section below, where I can send information such as this directly to your amazing inbox. Other visa sponsorship opportunities in the UK, other opportunities to progress in your career in the UK, entry-level positions, apprenticeships as well, because I love apprenticeships. You get paid to work and study at the same time. Those are actually the best, because you're going to end up with a qualification. Say you wanted to become a nurse, as an example. I'm a nurse myself, so I'm always going to be biased and talk about nursing in everything that I do. Why not? It's a good opportunity anyway. I'm sure you know that. So if you do an apprenticeship, you work and study. So upon successful completion of your apprenticeship, you get a degree in nursing and NMC registration to be a fully qualified nurse in the UK. No tuition fees paid at all, and they're going to be paying you for the pleasure of studying. I mean, it is a no-brainer. These are amazing opportunities, and for me, this is the reason why we fight so hard to move to this country. If you're here and you're not taking advantage of these opportunities, like, are you for real? Why are you here? I don't know. But anyway, leave a comment in the comment section and say, Melvis, I will implement this. If you're looking for other opportunities, yes, I'll share them on this channel as well. But if you know somebody that can benefit from this, then please share this with them. It's an entry-level job. And in terms of requirements, nothing is actually needed. Yes, you just need to be a human being. You obviously need to be physically fit, to be able to work as a cleaner, because there's a lot of movement involved. You need to be walking up and down. You need to be moving around from one room to another. So there's quite a lot of that. So you need to be physically fit to do this job. That's the one thing that it's a must, obviously, because otherwise, I mean, how are you going to do it? It's going to be very, very challenging. Also, if you need to contact me about supporting you with this application, going through your application with you, whether it's for, healthcare assistant jobs, maternity support worker jobs, there are lots of jobs that I actually like that I've shared videos here about, carer jobs as well, apprenticeships, like I said, NHS jobs and progression and all of that. Check the comment section below. You're going to see my contact details on there. And then you can just contact me at your convenient time, because like I always say, my coaching program that I have is for less than 1% of people here. I know that. I'm just sharing these opportunities so that if you're interested, then you know what else is out there, you know what else you can pursue. But if you're part of that 1%, then I'm your girl. And so in terms of requirements, like we've said, there are no requirements needed. I mean, you just need to be able to communicate, as per any other kind of entry-level job. They don't also need IELTS for this. In case you're watching this and you're like, but what about IELTS? I haven't got IELTS and this and that. There's no need to worry because you're not going to need IELTS, obviously. And so in terms of how do you apply, obviously the NHS website, it's got to be your best friend. But there's one thing about this job that is going to be challenging. It's the names. Because if you're just like, hey, you're a cleaner, look, you're not going to have much come out. They call it domestic assistant. And this is why, having that insider knowledge, knowing these jobs, what they call them, is a massive, massive, massive bonus. And as somebody that I have worked in the NHS for years and years, and I've got 13 years of experience in the UK, like, I think that I am able to tell you exactly what they need. And so, yes, domestic assistant, that's the word I want to be looking for. You don't want to be using the word cleaner. Like I say, yes, you're going to see some jobs, but not many, because that's what it's called, domestic assistant. Again, if you're watching till now, by the way, leave a comment in the comment section and say domestic assistant, because then I'll know who has watched the video till this point in time, because you're the ones that when you go to search for those jobs, you're going to know exactly what to put in, isn't it? Because you can try what I'm saying. Put cleaner, search, see how many jobs come up, put domestic assistant, see how many come up. You're going to have loads because that's the tip. That's the trick and that's the secret with this job. And every single NHS job has its own, way to apply. Each one of them is so unique. And that's why whatever job you're applying for, you need to know exactly what they need. And in terms of being a cleaner, yes, I'm sure that you know what a cleaner does. I mean, this is not going to be rocket science when it comes to that. But if you're working in a hospital setting, there are going to be special ways and special rules and special protocols and special policies that you will need to adhere to, rightfully so, because it's a clinical environment. Yes, you're not a clinical member of staff, but you need to have awareness of, bodily fluids, for example. How do you manage that? So there's a lot of technicalities involved, but you get all the training that is needed when you start the job. So you need to calm down. There's no need to worry. By the way, if you enjoy this content, I want you to hit that like button. It lets me know that I enjoy content like this, and obviously I should do more, because as you know, I just share information here as and when things become available. I'm just more about sharing my thoughts. That's what my YouTube channel is about. If you watch my other videos, I'm just sharing my thoughts plainly, as I think about the ideas, because I mean, that's what it is about. So you need to make sure that, when you apply, you're going to have all of that training. So you don't need to worry about, hey, Melvis, how do I know about all of what you're talking about? In terms of chemicals as well, there's a lot of handling of chemicals. So you need to make sure that you're someone who is attentive to detail. And these are tips, by the way, for your application, isn't it? Which means that when you're applying, these are the things that they are looking out for. That's why I'm talking about it. I'm not just talking about it for the sake of it. And I know some people are going to come and say, Melvis, you need to be very precise about your information. You need to be very straight. But the thing is that these are the things that they are going to be looking out for on that application. It's not all the fanciness that people think, oh, you're going to do courses upon courses and put down. No, these are the things that I'm talking about. Yes, that's what they're going to be looking out for. So, like I say, when I put out this information, I know that it's only going to be beneficial for less than 1% of people, because most people are going to watch the video and guess what? They're not going to do anything about it. They'll just be like, hey, there she goes again, yapping about on YouTube, and I'm just not going to bother. But let me tell you, it's going to be your loss because you're going to miss out on amazing opportunities. And I make my videos very conversational because that is the kind of mode that you need to have. You want somebody who is human when you're recruiting. I mean, I do lots of interviews and I know exactly the type of candidates that are chosen. You want to be very relaxed. You want to be very realistic. You don't want to be all, you know what I mean? Or sat there looking like, no. Be relaxed, be calm, be chilled. Those are the people that will get jobs. And that's why sometimes you see people that have got loads of degrees, loads of qualifications, loads of this, and they are struggling to get jobs. And then you have somebody who has no experience at all, but they are so simple. And those are the people that are actually succeeding. It's because that's the type of person that you need. And, so you need to just chill out, and be able to take the points on board and do what is needed. So yes, protocols, policies, very important in this particular job. Also, handling and managing machinery, that's a big thing. Because if you're cleaning hospital corridors, for example, you're not going to be using your hands going around the corridor. I mean, we're talking about the UK here. So you're going to have machinery that you're going to use. So they'll teach you how to use that machinery. So you need to make sure that, like I said, you're attentive to detail, obviously. Some of them that drive up and down the corridor. I don't know how they call them. They've got names for them. I don't know. They're very noisy. All I always think about is, oh my God, that's so much noise. But the hospitals need to be cleaned and people are just doing their job. So again, there's a lot about managing machinery, which you're going to be told anyway. Like that's part of the induction. Handling of chemicals, you're going to be told that as well, and you're going to be shown everything. They have a specific storeroom for all of that. Then also obviously protocols, policies, infection control. That's the biggest thing. If you're applying for this job, let me tell you, you must talk about infection control somewhere in your application. If you don't, it's going to be very difficult, because that's a key word for this particular opportunity. And by the way, on our session on Thursday, we're going to focus on this big time, this particular opportunity, because I know that there are many people that would benefit from this particular, applying for this particular job. So we'll talk about all of this. And if you want me to look at your application, obviously we'll do that. You want me to help you with that supporting information, then I will do that as well, rightfully so, to make sure that you're kind of broadening your opportunities and you're opening your wings and you're exploring other opportunities, because the main thing with these jobs is to get in. You want to get into the building, get into the room, and then explore what else is there. There are many cleaners where I've worked, across the years in the UK, that, you explore, you talk to people. Like me, for example, I'm very keen. If I see somebody who is doing anything, I go there. I'm like, hey, what else are you thinking about in your career? Is there anything else that you have? I tell them about opportunities that are available so that they can progress and move on and they can recruit other people. Because for vacancies to become available, you need people to move. And so if people move to, more senior positions or to upgrade themselves, because I don't get the fact that some people choose to stay in a job forever without ever upgrading. That's something that I don't understand. And it's just not for me. I would be very demoralized. I would not be motivated to do any work knowing that I was stuck in that position for life. So I always make sure that I'm pushing everybody that I see to progress. It's very important. Don't say that it's okay. It is not okay. I'm telling you this. So again, what do you think about this opportunity, by the way? These are some tips, some hints, for you to look out for. There's also healthcare cleaner. That's another keyword that you can use for this. But domestic assistant is the right word that you're going to be looking for, not cleaner. I mean, if you say domestic assistant, that already sounds better. It sounds more posh. It sounds really refined, and rightfully so. So again, what do you think? This is an amazing opportunity, I think. Again, it's entry level. In terms of pay, by the way, you may be thinking, Melvis, how much do they pay for this? It's band 2, some places pay band 3, but most of them pay band 2 and band 3. So again, you need to check out. You can also progress within this particular sector. You don't necessarily have to, when I say progression, I don't mean say becoming a nurse or a doctor or things like that. You can still progress, from a domestic assistant within the sector to become like a supervisor, become a manager and all that, still within the sector. That's why when you work for the NHS, that's the biggest advantage that it has. You can progress from any position to management for people that are keen on management and leadership, and that's absolutely fine. And those opportunities are there. There are courses, in-house courses that you can take to progress. You don't always have to go to a university. I mean, in order for you to progress. So again, I do hope you found this helpful, by the way. Like I said, if you are keen on getting that support, you're thinking, oh my God, Melvis, you need to look at my application to make sure that it's spot on. Feel free to do so. Check the comment section below. You see my contact details there. That's absolutely fine. When I share these opportunities, they take a lot of effort for you to be successful. I like to be honest about that. It's not a walk in the park. I'm not saying, even if you're a member of my coaching program, I support you with the process, the journey, what is needed, the supporting information, how to apply, reviews. We have those sessions, interview preparation and all that. But the truth is that it does take effort. But it is something that is well worth it for you, for your future, for your progress, for your life in the UK, and just your career and your journey as a human being. So I do appreciate, you watching this video till this moment. And I hope that, you have an amazing day and you check out these opportunities, like I've said, and you're going to be looking out for domestic assistants, not just cleaner. So again, check this out.